So Kamala Harris has officially been, the presumptive Democratic nominee for a solid week now. And in that week, she's raised well over $100 million. She is beating Donald Trump in multiple nationwide polls. Democratic enthusiasm has increased. Republican enthusiasm has decreased. She's beating Donald Trump in Wisconsin. Her polls are getting better. His polls are getting worse. And Donald Trump is absolutely losing his mind over these facts that I just presented to you. And it's not just me that thinks that. Apparently, it's everybody that is paying attention to anything can see that Donald Trump is absolutely going insane at the thought of having a competent Democrat on the other side of the ticket. Here is what Michael Steele, who of course is the former chairman of the Republican National Committee, here's what Steele said recently about how crazy Donald Trump has become ever since Biden dropped out. He said that the Harris campaign staff is, quote, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more edgy than what we saw from President Biden. That balance is something they'll do over the next couple of weeks, but they'll have to layer into that. Obviously, a vice presidential pick whose tone and the nuance of that will also have to get factored in. But I love the flexibility here. I love the in-your-face, we're not going to lie down and curl up in the corner just because Donald Trump is rage tweeting at 2 a.m., which says a lot if he is doing that, which means this team has gotten under his skin. The team is going to be competitive. Will there be stumbles? Yes, because that's the nature of the game, but how they recover from that and how they set that up, I think, becomes the next side of the conversation going into the convention. So, to focus on the main point of what Michael Steele is saying here, because he is still a Republican, let's be clear, Harris is scaring Trump. Her rapid response team is doing a hell of a job, right? Putting out that campaign message that, hey, is Donald Trump okay? Like, he's weird and creepy and he's a freak. And he's not helping anything in your life to get better. And he's not proposing anything that's going to make your life better. The fact that her team is doing that, and Biden's team, unfortunately, was not, that's getting under Trump's skin. Everything he says now suddenly immediately gets turned against him by the Harris campaign. They're that good and they're that quick. And it's pissing Trump off, and that's why he is, this past week we've seen, staying up all hours of the night, sending out posts on Truth Social at midnight, at 2 a.m., at 4 a.m., sometimes waking up at 6 a.m. and getting right back out there posting stuff. It's keeping him up at night, which for Democrats is a very good thing. But it's not just about the rapid response or the fact that he's losing in the polls and all of that. Eugene Robinson, columnist for the Washington Post, added this. He said their candidate, Donald Trump, is clearly in a sour mood and doesn't know exactly where to go and what to say. And most important of all, the convention, once again, will keep Trump out of the headlines, talking about the upcoming Democratic convention. He's been doing whatever he could to get the spotlight, but it's not on him. It's off of him. It's on Kamala Harris and the Democrats. And that has to be driving Donald Trump crazy. Yeah. Because think about that. All of the press that Donald Trump has gotten in the last week has not been good. Okay, he's not getting favorable court rulings, right? He's not getting Supreme Court on his side. He's not, surviving assassination attempts. It's been horrible. A lot of it, of course, has focused on J.D. Vance and the past horrible comments he made, the weird comments he's making now, whether or not he had sex with a couch. And it's all driving Trump crazy because he wants publicity, and the only publicity he's getting right now is not only very little, but it's also very negative. Meanwhile, there's headlines all over the place. Harris beating Trump in this poll. She's beating him in this poll. She's beating him in fundraising. Gen Z voters are now overwhelmingly supporting Democrats. She's raising $100 million in a day and a half. So not only is the focus off of him, but the focus is on how good the Democrats are doing now that Biden has dropped out. All of this is making Donald Trump lose his mind. And again, if you don't believe that, go look at his history on Truth Social for the last 7 days. This is a man who is not well. He has not been this unhinged and this incoherent ever since he got the 34 felony convictions against him in Manhattan. This is a repeat of what we saw there during that trial. During that trial, he was putting out these posts that made him sound absolutely insane. And then it died down because the stress died down. he's back at it again because the stress is back up. So this is a man who clearly cannot operate in high-stress situations, which is probably a good indication that he should not be president of the United States ever again. Because I have to imagine that's a pretty stressful job, and clearly Trump's not up to the task. Hi everyone, this here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet, so please don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.